Hello and welcome to Trucking Answers. I'm Mark. This is breaking news. Falcon Transport closed its doors, just closed immediately. No more operations. I'm a little under the weather, so I apologize for that. Please bear with me. We're going to talk about what has happened, what we know, and what people are saying that they're going to do and what they shouldn't do. All right, so let's get right into it. Falcon Transport and from Ohio, they have other terminals. They have over 600 drivers, according to the DOT, and over 700 trucks. Just suddenly ceased operations about 8 p.m. here on Saturday. And they sent a message out to drivers that said, we're just done with operations. Now, I know some drivers have not been paid for weeks. Some have not been paid for months. All right. So I'll tell you, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not giving you any kind of legal advice. I'm telling you what I would do and what I think you should do. So if you're a company driver and you're away from your house, I personally would drive back to the terminal wherever my car is, take pictures of the truck and trailer back at the terminal, leave it at the terminal if there's somebody there to give the keys to. Otherwise, leave the keys somewhere, take a picture of yourself leaving the keys, keep that. A video record would even be better. And drive home, okay? Fill the truck up. If the fuel card works, they probably don't work. But if they work, do that. If not, I'd get as close to my house as I could, and then that's it. Because what the message said to the drivers is, we're done with operations, and you don't work anymore. So once you get that, once you don't work somewhere, remember, you're no longer responsible for anything. So you don't have to hold on to the truck for like weeks or whatever, anything like that. Okay, so if you are a lease operator, look, here's a problem. You do not own that truck. Remember this. This is part of the problem with leasing. You do not own the truck. The lease owner owns the truck. That is not an asset of yours. It is an asset of the company. They file bankruptcy. That goes to them. All the money you put into it is lost. Any fuel that you have in it is gone. Okay, so that's all gone. It is owned by the company. It'll be sold in bankruptcy. You're out your money. That's why I tell people, please do not rent a truck from a company. If you're stuck on the road, go to different forums on Facebook. There are ways to get you back home. Then please always have money with you to try to get yourself home. So a company driver, here's what's been suggested on the internet. Oh, I'll park the truck at my house and they can't have it back until they pay me my check. You can't do that, okay? That's a theft, all right? You cannot do that. I'll put it in a storage facility and they'll have to give me my money. They do not. Apparently some of the trucks are leased from Penske, and some people are saying I won't give it back to Penske until Penske gives me the deposit they put on the trucks. You cannot do that. You don't own it. You didn't give Penske the deposit. So you can't do that. If the truck goes back to Penske, take it back to Penske. Okay, be done with it. I'll sell the fuel. I'll sell tires, parts off the truck. You can't do that, all right? That's theft. Please do not do any of these things. I know it's maddening. You're mad. I understand that. You can't do it, okay? You can go to jail. You can lose your career for that kind of thing. I'll sell the freight. Do not sell the freight. Make sure that the freight is secure while you're driving it. Be safe. Continue to log. You still have to log. Whether you're being paid or not is regardless. If you're driving back, be sure to log. Don't try to get around these things. Oh, I don't work here. They fired me. It doesn't matter, okay? And always be safe. That's the number one priority. Safety, regardless of a check. And here's the other thing, all right? Some people said, I haven't been paid for 2 months. Look, first time they don't pay you, all right, we call them, and if they have a good history of paying you and they go, we'll make it right, fine. But then that next week, once you don't get paid again, that's it, we're done. Okay, so never go that long with them owing. Some people could be owed $10,000, all right. So this check, if you haven't gotten your check recently or are owed money, you've immediately filed with the state for unpaid wages. Watch this channel and watch the news. If they file bankruptcy, you'll have to file a claim with the bankruptcy court. Wages for employees are one of the first things to be paid. It's up there right with IRS and taxes, okay? Employee wages are paid. If you are an independent contractor, right, a lease operator, whether you get paid or not is up for discussion because you are an unsecured creditor of the company. The amount you owe, they owe a business. They don't owe an employee. It isn't wages. You may get 10% of what you're owed. 2 years from now when the bankruptcy is over, 5%, you might not get anything. You may not get any money back. But please, Do not sell anything off the trucks. Do not sell anything that's owned by Falcon. Do not do any of these things. It is illegal. You could go to jail. You could be charged, and it isn't right because they don't pay. We don't get to do that. I understand it's frustrating, okay? You can't do it. And so what I would do is drive back to wherever my car is and go home. As simple as that. If I couldn't, then I'd get as far as I could and then get myself back to my car and go home. Be sure to do a video of the equipment, and I'll have more information as it becomes available. Okay, but Falcon Transportation has closed their doors. They're done. They've ceased operations, and believe me, a company like that, they're finished. Start looking for a job. There's plenty of jobs. There's plenty of people looking for drivers. Get yourself back and look for a job. That's all I can tell you. Insurance, right? That's canceled immediately as well. So think about that. If you're using health insurance benefits or whatever, as soon as they cease operations, I'm sure they haven't paid them either. So they're done as well. That's out. It's a disaster. It's an arrow all over again. There'll be more of it here, and there'll be more on my live show Monday at 1 p.m. I will still be doing that show. I hope to feel better by then. At Monday at 1, which I'm live Monday at Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern every Monday. All right, so thanks for sticking with this. Falcon closing their doors. We'll be back soon with more trucking answers.